Now, last lesson, I think last week was a break, okay, but prior to break, our last lesson was on magnets. I think we finished magnets already. So from now onwards till the end of the year, I think mostly we're going to do revision. Okay, we're going to revise a lot more on like the last year's topics, like on P3 topics as well as P4 later on, because we just want to prepare you for your end of year exam. Okay, so we will start off again from the beginning. Okay, we're going to revise on diversity. So diversity is the theme. Under diversity, there are different, different topics that comes under it. Like for example, living and non-living things, diversity of animals, diversity of plants, diversity of bacteria and fungi, right? And in terms of diversity, actually, materials comes under diversity as well. Okay, it's the diversity of materials. Different types of materials have different properties, right? So that is under diversity. Now I'm going to move on to house rules. I think there are a few new students here. Safia and who else? No, wait. Safia, you came here before, right? I think one lesson. Yes. And okay. Yeah, basically all of you are regular students. Catherine, I've not seen you before, have I? You're new, is it? No? I definitely know Kelvin. Kelvin has always been in this class. Okay. Hao Xuan as well. I know Hao Xuan seems like he's new as well. Is it your first time, Hao Xuan? Yeah. Okay. Now, we do have some house rules that we want to cover. Things like, for example, I'm just going to go through very quickly. Okay. For example, I think all of you are doing a great job now. You need to remember to turn on your video. Okay. For a very simple reason, because I want to see your faces. Okay. And you have to also mute your microphone. Okay, the reason is because if let's say everybody were to turn on your microphone, it's going to be very disruptive, right? There's going to be a lot of background sounds at the back, and it's going to be disruptive to the class. Yeah. Next thing, if you want to ask questions, you can always type in the chat function. Okay. And you might also want to raise your hand if it's something really urgent. Okay. You can always click on this there's this reactions button at the top, and then you can click raise hand. So you'll be prioritized to the front. It will show to me like you're raising your hands, right? And then the teacher will give you permission to unmute, and then you can talk. Yeah. Okay. If you need to be excused, if you need to go toilet break or whichever, you can always inform the teacher using the chat function and return as soon as possible. Yeah. So all in all, I think you just need to be very careful, be mindful, and be respectful. I think that's the gist of it. Okay, of house rules. Okay, now let's recap on our topics on diversity. Okay, I think I've given you some examples. Today we are going to focus more on like animals, plants, and fungi. Okay. Now, if we were to put it simply into this table, the difference between animals, plants, and fungi is that I think the plants stand out a little bit because plants are able to make food on their own. Okay. In terms of reproduction method, actually, there are many. Oh, we have one more new student, Gerald. Okay, in terms of hold on a second, let me admit Gerald first. Gerald, are you there? Yeah, okay, great. In terms of reproduction methods, generally for animals, there are two types. One is laying eggs, the other one is giving birth to young alive. Okay, we'll talk more about this later when we explore animals. And in terms of plants, there are also two reproduction methods. One of it is by seeds, right? For your flowering plants, they can reproduce by seeds. Of course, for your non-flowering plants, they will reproduce by spores. Okay, so fungi is also by spores. Now, in terms of single cell, animals and plants are not single cell, but there are some fungi that are single cell. Okay, Marisa is here as well. Okay. Okay, great. Yeah, so basically these are the main differences between animals, plants, and fungi, right? Okay, we're gonna move on to the next one. Now, these are actually the different animal groups, okay, and we're gonna read like the different characteristics of fishes, birds, and amphibians first. So generally, fishes, I think we know that they are covered with scales. Okay, that is their main outer covering. Most fishes have scales. Okay, let me just highlight. Okay, the fishes, they have fins, they have tail, right, to help them to swim and balance in the water. Fishes live in the water and they generally, the breathing method will be through gills. Okay, and most fishes actually reproduce by laying eggs. But there are exceptions, okay, because there are some there are some fishes that actually give birth to young alive, and the examples are given here. Like for example, your swordtail fish, your guppy, as well as your molly. And certain sharks also actually give birth to young alive. They do not lay eggs. Oh, Yan Kai is here. Great, everybody is here today. I've got a full attendance for this class. Everyone is here. Oh yeah, by the way, school is going to reopen tomorrow, huh? Okay, some of you might be a little bit, resistant to go back, a bit reluctant. Some of you might be excited to go back. Any of you are excited to go back to school? No? I see Kelvin shaking his head. No, no, no. Having too much, you had too much fun during the June holidays, right? Is it? Mm. Yeah, but still, okay, go back, still have to go back. New semester, take it as new beginnings, right? New semester, new beginnings. And you don't actually have much time until end of the year exam. So just do your best, okay? Be attentive in class and also try to revise all the time so that you're prepared when end of your exam comes, okay? Okay, now we're going to move on to another animal group, which is birds. The bodies of birds are covered with feathers. Okay, birds have a beak and a pair of wings. Generally, okay, most of them, in fact, I think all of them have wings. All of them have beak. Most birds can fly, but there are some exceptions as well. Okay, there are birds that cannot fly. So which ones are the ones that cannot fly? They are like your ostriches, penguins, right? I guess their bodies are just too heavy for flight. Okay. Penguins also live both on land and in water. Okay. Generally, most birds live on land, but there are special birds like the penguins that can, live in the water as well. Okay. In terms of reproduction methods, it's always by laying eggs. Okay. For birds, it's always by laying eggs. The birds breathe through their lungs. Okay, that's their breathing method, right? As opposed to fishes. Fishes actually breathe through their gills. Okay. But the birds actually breathe through their lungs. Yeah. Now the next one, amphibians. Amphibians have bodies that are covered with moist skin. Okay. Most amphibians live both on land and in water. They reproduce by laying eggs. Yeah. And the eggs are covered in jelly-like substance. Now, in terms of amphibians, actually, they are quite versatile animals because they are very versatile as in like they change a lot. It's like change is their only constant. And breathing methods, they can change. If they're in water, they breathe through moist skin. Wait, sorry. Yeah, adults, right? They breathe through moist skin when they are in water. Okay, and they breathe through their lungs when they're on land. Yeah. So while the young of amphibians breathe through gills. Okay. The young of the amphibians breathe through gills as they live in water, whereas the adults breathe through moist skin and lungs when they're on land. So that's why I say that they are really versatile, because they can breathe through using different methods. And also in terms of laying eggs, some of them actually, they do external fertilization. Okay, that means they lay the eggs first, then the male frogs or toads will then come and fertilize the eggs. So it's quite different. And they're very different. They're best versatile because they can also live on land and in water. Okay. All right. Now let's take a look at insects. I think insects is just straightforward. I think there's a blank here that needs to be filled. I think there's an error here. So this one is 6, right? Now, generally, insects have 3 body parts and 6 legs. Okay, outer covering and a pair of feelers. Okay, insect can live on land and in water as well. Okay, there's a typo error here. That shouldn't be a W, right? So insects that can live in water are things like, for example, your mosquito larva, your mosquito pupa, all this. Okay. Generally, these two are the main characteristics of insects. As long as it has 6 legs and 3 body parts, okay, it's highly likely to be an insect. Okay. In terms of breathing methods, there are a few, right? Some of them breathe through breathing holes. Some of them, they breathe through things like breathing tubes, air bubbles, okay, and spiracles. So different methods of breathing. But what you need to know is that most of them actually lay eggs. Yeah, so laying eggs is the one that is the reproduction method for insects. Okay. Most insects reproduce by laying eggs. I think that's what I mentioned just now. Fun fact, most animals have 2 pairs of wings, example bees, but some like the mosquito have only 1 pair, and others like the silverfish. Now, I just want to show you what a silverfish look like. It is not a fish. Okay, a silverfish is actually an insect, and sometimes you can find them in like old books. Okay, maybe let me just find the picture to show. Okay, so in terms of this is actually called a silverfish. Sometimes you will see it in like old books, those that has not been touched for a very long time. Yeah. Okay, now next one, reptiles. The bodies of reptiles are covered with dry skin. Okay. Scales. But there are some reptiles like the turtle or the tortoise that has a hard shell. And the breathing method for reptiles will be through the lungs. I think I see a message. Let me just have a quick look at it. When I did the worksheet, I searched silverfish on Google. Oh, that's great. So Catherine knows what silverfish, huh? Okay. Next one. Reptiles also reproduce by laying eggs. So if you notice, most of the animal groups, they give birth by laying eggs, excluding the mammals. Only the mammals give birth to young alive. Okay. They spend most of the time in the water, but lay eggs on land. Yeah. There are exceptions. There are certain types of snakes, like for example, your vipers and your rattlesnakes, they actually give birth to their young alive. They do not lay eggs. Okay. So if you want, you can actually go and search up, like, when you're on YouTube or whichever, on Netflix, you can search up like this document